This is December 21st, and the story for today is called At Christmas, Anything Can Happen. Mr. Hale lived alone in a big house on Miracle Street. Each evening he took a walk by Joey's house. "Hello, Mr. Hale," Joey would say. "Hello, Joey. How are you this evening?" And every child on Miracle Street said their daily hellos to a smiling Mr. Hale as he passed by their homes. But when Christmas came each year, the children were especially happy to be Mr. Hale's friends. The little old man always decorated a fine, tall tree cut from the forest, and he put a gift under its green spreading branches for each boy and girl he knew and loved. This year, Joey ran over to Mr. Hale's house to sneak an early peek at his beautiful tree. Joey knocked on the front door, but no one answered. He looked in the window and saw a big green fir tree in the corner, just like last Christmas. But, Joey asked himself curiously, where's Mr. Hale? He should be busy as a beaver, hanging lights and decorations on his wonderful tree. The small boy ran to tell Billy, his next-door neighbor, about Mr. Hale, and then together they hurried back to the little man's big house. Again, Joey knocked on the door, but again no one answered. The two boys peered in the window and saw the same green tree now covered in blinking lights and red balls. They saw, too, that Mr. Hale's favorite decoration was at the top of the tree, a lovely white angel with a gold crown on her head. Joey and Billy were delighted with the sight as usual, but they were also very puzzled. Where was Mr. Hale? And if he really wasn't home, who had decorated his tree? The two boys ran down the street to tell the other friends about the mystery, and all together they raced back to Mr. Hale's house. Joey knocked on the door this time as loudly as he could, loud enough to wake a herd of sleeping elephants. Still, no one answered. All the children looked in the window and saw the beautiful tree that was now encircled by brightly wrapped gifts. "Mr. Hale must be home," Joey declared, full of worry. "He might be sick." And when he went up to the front door, it opened all by itself. The children dashed inside. They searched for Mr. Hale in every room on the first floor of the big house, but found no one. They were about to go upstairs to look when they heard a slight noise coming from the stairway. They turned to see a beautiful lady dressed in white with a gold crown on her head, carrying more colorfully wrapped presents. "Oh, there you all are," she exclaimed joyfully. "I was afraid you wouldn't come. My brother, Mr. Hale, would have been so disappointed if you hadn't." "Where is our friend?" Joey asked with deep concern. "Yes, where is he?" asked Billy and all the others. The lovely lady put down the presents and spoke softly to the children. "Well, Mr. Hale is in the hospital for a while because he hurt his back, and I thought how wonderful it would be if perhaps I prepared everything just the way he does on Christmas Eve." And then the lady in white, who reminded Joey of someone special, gave each child a gift to be opened on Christmas morning, and afterwards she served ice cream piled high on pink cones and chocolate cake, just as Mr. Hale would have done. And later they sang carols and wished each other, as very good friends do, a Merry Christmas. Still, Joey felt an emptiness inside without Mr. Hale to share in the party. "If Mr. Hale knew we have such nice presents, he would be happy too and get well sooner," Joey said to his friends. let's go tell Mr. Hale about the beautiful tree and everything." Just before the children waved goodbye to Mr. Hale's sister, she took down the angel from the top of the tree and gave it to Joy. At the hospital, Mr. Hale's sad face brightened at the sight of the children, his friends. He sat up in bed. "Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't put up a tree this Christmas, kiddies," he said, "or give you ice cream and cake and lovely presents." Joey laid his hand on Mr. Hale's shoulder. "Don't worry. Your sister took care of everything. This Christmas Eve was just the same as always, except we missed you. Your sister is a wonderful lady." Joey was still holding the candle, holding the angel given to him from the top of Mr. Hale's Christmas tree. And suddenly he remembered who the kind lady in white reminded him of. "See, Mr. Hale, your sister looked exactly like this angel." And Mr. Hale's face went pale, but a twinkle came in his eye. "Why, Joy, that can't be. My only sister went to heaven years ago," he sighed. And Joy stared deeply into the face of the angel in his hand and noticed something very strange indeed. Mr. Hale," he said in a soft, wondering voice, "I don't think your angel was smiling last Christmas. No, I'm sure she wasn't smiling last year." "So why," Joey asked, "is she smiling now?" And Mr. Hale took hold of the dainty little figure in white and stared into its tiny face. A big smile appeared on the old man's face, too. "You know, Joy, I think you're right," he said. "I can't remember the angel smiling when my sister gave it to me years ago. But after all," Mr. Hale continued, his blue eyes growing moist, "I suppose at Christmas anything can happen on Miracle Street." And Joy moved closer to Mr. Hale's bed and put his arms around his neck. What a strange, mysterious, and wonderful Christmas Eve this had been!